All right, so in Houston, we started something new during the summertime called foster rallies. And this came up during kitten season. We were receiving a lot of pleas from our shelter partners to pull more not yet adoption ready kittens into our program. But we already had done some really big foster recruitments, and we kind of felt like we were tapped out on the number of new fosters that we had. So we knew we needed to come up with like a new recruitment tactic to find new people that would be able to open their homes to these kittens. So we partnered with one of our largest shelters in Houston who had a very large mobile adoption unit that they actually weren't utilizing much just because of them being so short-staffed. And what we asked for them to do was to just give us a driver that was qualified to drive that unit, and to load it up with the not yet adoption ready kittens. So these were kittens that were either between like the 4 to 5 week age, under 8 weeks. There were some nursing moms with kittens as well. We had a few litters of a little bit older kittens, like under 12 weeks, that hadn't been altered yet. So that's why they were considered not yet adoption ready. So we asked that they filled up this unit and met us at an outdoor mall where we knew that there would be a lot of walk-by traffic. And we promoted it ahead of time. And then we also encouraged our own fosters and volunteers to, stop by and visit us. But really, we were going to rely on this walk-by traffic. And so it was similar to like a mobile adoption event, but instead of trying to get these kittens adopted, we were trying to place them in foster homes. And what we found was most of the people that we talked to that, were just walking by and stopped to check us out, they didn't really understand what fostering even was. And so, what's the difference between fostering and adopting? That was like the most common question we got. So we got to have lots of good conversations with people, do a lot of education. And also we recruited people there on the spot to become fosters for us. So we told them, if you commit to fostering this litter of kittens, we'll be able to pull them right now from the shelter into our program. We'll provide you with all the support that you need. And then at the end of it, if you fall in love with one of the kittens, you get first dibs to adopt that kitten, and then we'll find homes for the rest of them. And so we were able to place several litters of kittens with these new fosters. We had our foster coordinator there on site. So she would be in one area onboarding these new foster parents while we would be in the mobile unit quickly doing like our medical intake on these kittens. So our medical coordinator came with us. We brought all of our those typical supplies that you're going to need for kittens. We got them dewormed, defleed. A lot of them we had to send home, with Clavamox or Doxy for little URIs. And then we had all the supplies too. So litter, food, crates, all of that. So they got loaded up and then they left from there with their new set of kittens. And several of those people did end up adopting either one or two of the kittens that they were fostering. And then we were able to place the rest in adoptive homes, once they were to that age of adoption ready. So we did that 2 months in a row, June and July, our highest months for intakes of kittens in the Houston area. And then we wanted to figure out a way that we could incorporate dogs. Our biggest hesitation when it comes to dogs is that we don't have a facility. So if it doesn't work out with the foster home, we're kind of in a sticky situation because we don't have somewhere quickly to place that dog. So we wanted to make sure that we were in a controlled environment where we could do the best matchmaking to our abilities. So rather than doing the mobile version of foster rallies, we switched it up to doing the foster rallies at our shelter partner. So the shelter partner that we chose, we go to the shelter Again, we take all those supplies, those same people, and then we set up there for a few hours and invite people to come in and find either a dog or a cat. And the shelters that we're often doing these foster rallies at, they have some sort of play yard. So we're able to get the dogs out and do some matchmaking that way, you know, in a quieter area. And then we also encourage people to, if they have their own dogs at home, they can bring those dogs as well, and we'll help do an intro there on site to hopefully, you know, prevent any of those, you know, situations where it's not going to work out. And so that has really been helpful and successful for us placing large dogs into our foster program, because we found that just the way we had been doing it was, you know, either sending out the email blast or, you know, even using Avocado, things like that. The pictures, they weren't enough. We know that often people need to like meet those dogs in person to be able to make that connection and then commit to taking them home. So that has really increased our ability to intake more large dogs into our program, and then also successfully match them with someone who feels a little more prepared. And we also are offering free home delivery during these foster rallies. So for people that don't feel comfortable or aren't able to come in person, we have a sign up process for these foster rallies. I mean, we encourage anyone, they can come whether or not they sign up. But for folks that want to take advantage of the virtual component, we have a sign up process. They can pick like a time slot that they're available for a video call from us, and we'll actually go around the shelter with them on video and help them select an animal. We'll do the whole onboarding counseling process over the phone. And then we have volunteers there with us that are then able to transport that animal to that person's home. So we love the foster rallies. We're now doing them twice a month, and it has been our most successful recruitment tactic for new fosters that we've found so far.
Nope. So I think that's all the content we had prepared to present out, but we are happy to answer questions on any of this stuff now.
I don't see anything lurking in the chat box. Sarah and others who had emailed me about the Trello template, it should have been sent to you. Let me know if you did not receive it. And I also put our email addresses, Jess's email address and my email address in the chat box. If you guys have any other, want to email us questions after the fact, we'd love to connect with anybody. So if you save our email addresses, if you have any questions just going forward about our foster programs, our virtual volunteerism, our community engagement, we love to talk about animals and best friends and volunteerism and almost anything. So we're definitely ready for your messages. Okay, we do have a question. Do you have any SOPs or written description on the foster rallies? So Carrie, that's for you.
Yeah, so we do have like a division of labor process that we use for the foster rallies. So I can certainly share those, as well as some creative materials that we use to promote it ahead of time.
And we have a couple more. The rallies are a popular comment or a popular topic here rather. Okay. What is free home delivery? What do you mean taking the foster to the caregivers?
Yes, so that is exactly what it is. So they do the whole, I mean, they still go through the same, sign up process that any of our fosters do, which is online. And then we do the onboarding and any sort of, counseling or answering questions over the phone. And then that person qualifies for home delivery. So they only meet the animal through, video basically, and then we deliver the animal to their house.
Okay, great. And Carrie, there was one more. How do you market the foster rallies?
So we do a lot of social media, a lot of boosted posts. We also ask our shelter partners, they often have even a wider audience than we do. So we ask that they promote it. We do some flyering. So like if for the mobile foster rallies, especially, we would do flyering around, whatever neighborhood or community it is that we were going to go to. And then we have just some, other media opportunities, like radio stations and things like that, that we kind of have recurring spots on. So we always promote them there.